it means here that when we say problem solving, so it's a kind of process in decision making. It involves choosing between possible solution or the problems. It involves when making decision.
Okay.
So it's not totally a kind of skills, but in making decision, it involves problem solving. So we can choose between the possible or the possibility solution or possible solution or the problems.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Because the decisions can be made through either intuitive or recent process, or it's a combination of the two, right?
So, if in the real test I met this question, maybe I just say the firstly reasoning skills, and besides intuition skill, and maybe
You can choose.
yeah, it's okay, and maybe it's the result. Did you say is solving problem, right? Solving problem maybe is I just make the for example it's okay.
It's a fine.
Okay.
Because when we are in this situation, it's like it is simplest sense that when we say decision making is the act of choosing between it's either the problem solving because it involves in making decision. So why we say it is intuition, because we can, do you know gut feeling, right? Gut feel.
Gut. Can you write it?
uh, Gut feeling or gut feel about the possible courses of action.
It's very important when we get married, right?
I'm not sure if it is applicable, but I think you
Yeah.
must try.
Yeah.
You try that.
Yeah, when the woman they uh, give the proposal from the man, right?
So the
Propose,
women will propose.
give the proposal from the man. Maybe they're feeling because they have some choice. Some men they have they are also give her the propose, propose, right? Propose.
Mm,
Prop I can,
propose.
yeah, propose. So maybe sometimes they just get feeling is he's good for me. Accept the proposal.
The
Accept,
proposal.
yeah, propose.
Mm. But which is common? What is common? The woman will propose or the man will propose?
The man propose.
Yes. So it's
That's
very rare that the woman will propose to the
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. But
Mm.
if the man is so rich and maybe very handsome and is a businessman or the
Ah,
billionaire maybe.
possible. But I think it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So gut feeling, it can also apply in your reading.
Gut feeling. Ah, that's right.
Gut like
Some also listening. Also listening is about
yes,
multiple choice, right? The task three.
yes,
Sometimes I can hear everything clearly, so I just guessed. Gut feeling is
yes.
very
So that
important.
is your
Yeah,
gut feeling.
yeah. Believe in
Uh,
myself.
yes.
Gut feeling.
Believe in your instinct.
Instinct. Instinct. Instinct.
Instinct.
Can you write it? Instinct? Instinct is mean your soul. Instinct.
Wrong. Put
No.
S. Instinct. INS.
Okay, okay.
INSTINC.
Okay, okay, okay. Instinct. Okay.
Mm. So it's kind of natural desire. Because sometimes our instinct is right. Almost right.
Almost right. Yeah.
Almost right, but not all.
So instinct. Okay, instinct. The nature of your ability, nature.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So next question. How can people improve their decision-making skills? How?
Yeah. In the past, I spot that very hard to can learn or can improve the decision skills. But nowadays is likely easier than the past because many people can learn from the internet through via some clips because
Okay.
you, you can see as you can see you can know nowadays make a thousand of clips on this YouTube made by the famous person who already famous or already uh, achievement get a lot of achievement, right? So they share their experiment. They can share their experiments and they can share their experiments, right?
Is they can share their experiment or experience.
Experience
Okay.
experience, yeah, right. They can share their experience and you can learn from their experience. Very useful. And besides, maybe you can take a short course from the university or from the internet. I think it's okay.
Yes. So there are a lot of, we can say, maybe we cannot assure that we really improve in making decision, but through that we can learn from other information. As what you said, from the internet we can get, right? But how can we assure that some people, like the people, improve their decision making?
Improve.
Yes, we cannot assure, we cannot guarantee that they improve, right?
So maybe you can answer this question for me. I can.
Your answer is right, but somehow, if the question is how, because it's kind of abstract, right?
Yeah.
So as long as the people have already an experience in making decision, like for example, when they decide this at first, and then the second time around, maybe the same, and then if they got experience this kind of situation again and again, I think they can learn from their
Mistake.
yes, from their mistakes from the past, and then through that they can improve, right?
The first is
From their
learn from
mistakes.
the first is learn from their mistake, right?
Yes,
And second,
and through that, from learning from their mistakes, I think they can improve in making decision, because they said experience is the best teacher.
okay, yes. Some everything have everything has its price, right?
Hmm.
So you have paid money for your mistake.
Yeah, right. So through that we can learn, we can improve, but it's not an assurance,
Yeah.
because there's no measures. How can we improve? Though we can learn from the internet, like, because as what you said a while ago, that there are many tips in making decision,
Yeah.
but
Some techniques.
sometimes if
In internet we have some techniques and it's okay.
techniques,
Techniques.
is this what you mean?
Techniques. That's right. Techniques.
That is techniques.
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 Techniques. Okay. Techniques. Let me check.
Yes, Techniques. Techniques.
Let me check. Okay. Techniques. Okay, techniques.
All right.
Yeah.
What else? Is there something that you can add?
Nope, it's okay. It's just the first is learn from my mistake, and second maybe learn from the internet for some techniques, right? It's okay.
Technique.
Okay, techniques.
Yes.
Techniques.
Okay, very good. Next, how do you think computers will change the way people make decisions? Oh, it's connected with your answer a while ago.
This question is, I think, is very attractive. But if I have to give my my choice, maybe I think it could in the future, because you know nowadays many companies they collected the information from the past and they put it in the computer, and after its outcome is make the possible, right? Some is either some they can know how can they less the damage or can less the how they can what's the possible, what the way of maybe lowest the risk. So I think it's impossible for computer can change or can help the pupil make the decision is good. I think so. It's okay.
Yes, because people always rely on the internet or computer.
Yeah.
But do you think all the information on the internet can be trusted?
It depends. Maybe it depends. For some decision rely on emotion. Maybe computer cannot change or cannot replay the pupil. So it depends on your experiments or your instincts, right? But some decision rely on the okay, what is it?
Okay, so maybe you will be confused of this word.
Expensive experiment. Experiments.
And then the other is experience.
Experiment.
So a while ago you mentioned experiment. Like I think you are referring the word experience.
Experience, right?
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Experiments. Experience and experiment. Okay.
Okay.
Experiments. Okay.
Don't be confused. Because the meaning is totally different, actually.
Yeah, very different. I know. Experience.
But
Okay.
from the experiment that we experience, so we can learn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, so since most of people rely on the computer or the internet, so it might be possible or feasible to change their mind, especially in making decisions.
That's right.
So do parents in Vietnam allow their children to make important decisions about the future?
In the future?
Yes.
I guess it's maybe, but right now it's not, because for example, some children when they graduate from school and they are out of school, and maybe they have to choose what university they want to attend, want to study. But most of them have to follow their parents, because in Vietnam many parents just think their children lack of knowledge or lack of experience about to make a decision, and they can they believe that they can give their children the best ways, the best decision. So they refuse or they ignore the idea or the decision from their children. I think so. And
Okay.
in the futures, maybe it's take 20 years or more. Maybe it can change. Now it's impossible. I think so.
But do you think it is good that the children should also given a chance to decide in the future, or what are their future, for example?
In Vietnam, not most of students, most of children can know truly about their decision, because in the school they don't have a lot of class when they can learn a skill how to make a good decision, or even they can know what they want to do in the future. So they just focus on their study, how can get the high score, that's all. So maybe if parents give them the chance to make the decision, they can make decision for their life. Maybe it's wrong, or maybe they can make a mistake. I think so.
All right. So you mentioned this word a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Lack of, how would you pronounce?
Lack of, right?
Yes. Lack of
no knowledge.
Okay. Knowledge.
Okay. Lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. Okay.
Lack of knowledge.
Okay. But I think, in my opinion, I think it is also better that we will try to give an opportunity. Like, for example, the children will decide what they want in the future. Because if the parents will decide for them, I think it's very difficult for the children. What if they don't like that kind of decision what their parents made, right? So it's very difficult to handle. But I think it is also important that the parents will guide their children to make a decision. Not only that the children will make a decision alone.
Maybe
that is my opinion.
Yeah, maybe parents should give their children make the decision when they were a child with a small decision. For example, give them a lot of money and allow to them can buy what they want.
Yes.
And maybe okay. When they grow up, maybe they can make a big decision. It's okay.
Right. So it's a kind of they will give some consideration. The parents, because I heard that I met a lot of young people. They regret why they choose that kind of course. But when I asked them, like, oh, who decide your course, and then they answered, my parents. And then most of them, they don't like. It seems like they're forced to study that kind of course, especially sometimes English. Some students, they don't like to study English, but their parents wants to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They want to make their parents happy, so
they don't have choice.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried that before? When you were young?
Make a decision? Fortunately, my parents always give me a decision, give me a they allowed to me to make the decision for my life. What the majors I study in university, or which university I choose, or even maybe sometimes I ask them about the girl, right? The girl I should get married. They told me you can get married which girl you love. That's enough for them. I think it's good. Okay.
Yes.
That's lucky for me.
So, maybe it depends also on the parents. What are their, maybe their principle or the rules and regulations.
Perspective.
Right. So, do you think that parents should make almost the same? Should make important decision for their children. Is it really important?
What?
Do you think that parents should make important decisions for their children?
I have to say that it depends. It depends.
Why?
Yeah, for some children, if they have a lot of skills and also they have a lot of experience, they can make the good decision, or even they can know what they do or what the outcome maybe they can get in the future, and they willing accept to failure, right? They fail. Maybe it's okay, but for most of students, they can even know in the future what they want to do in the future, and they lack of knowledge, right? Knowledge. So
what is that word?
Lack of knowledge.
Knowledge. Lack of knowledge.
So parents who also have a lot of experience, or maybe who also in the past who met this problem, and maybe they can give their children a good decision than themselves.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the end about decision. So how about in your case? How would you make decision?
I have to say, always I just believe in my instinct. Yeah. And on small case, it's true, it's wrong, or it's right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Even when I give the decision, quit my job, I think now I think it's right, a good decision, and I hope in the future maybe I can get a good job. I think so.
All right. So that is the end about the decision. Do you have any clarification?
No.
No. So hopefully this kind of question can be also almost the same in the real exam. So that you can explain more.
Yeah. One day we have a lot of questions. So I spot that in real test. Maybe I can match again this question.
Hopefully. So hopefully the question is almost the same. Okay. Now, since we are done in part 3, now let's go back to part 1. Okay. Yesterday, part 1 question.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now let's try to check your patience.
Patience?
Yes, patience.
Okay.
What do you think patience is?
Patience, in my point of view, I support that patience is when you're willing to waiting for someone, right, for a long time, or maybe when you have to do that, you less tend to make a noise or make angry with someone. And besides, maybe maybe you can do something for a long time without any doubt. You just focus on what you do and you believe it's true.
Right. So it's because some people say that patience is a virtue. You remember that?
Yeah.
So patience is a virtue. So you are, if you are willing to wait, so I think you can achieve what you want to get.
It's very necessary.
Okay. So do you think that patience is very important?
Yes, definitely yes.
Okay, why?
I always believe that patience is necessary and essential for human life, or even in the society nowadays. Because when, for example, when the boss gives the task or assignment for the employees, maybe the big task, and maybe they take a long, they have to take a long time to finish or complete the task. If they don't have a patience, maybe they quit soon, or they can give up soon. So it's very important. Or even in my case, sometimes I have to waiting for my girlfriend, for he can make up for a long time. If I give up and I go back to my home soon, maybe we was broke up. We were broke up.
Okay.
Yeah, we broke up.
We are or we were.
Yeah. We were broke up.
Okay. So do you think being patient is an important part of being polite?
Of course, without patience, how can we live with someone? For example, without patience, how can the husband or the wife can waiting order come back home and eating dinner each other, right, together?
Yes.
I have some I have seen some clips or some movies. The woman, they are come back home soon and prepare the meal or prepare the dinner, right? And they are waiting for 1 hour or more to their husband came back, and they have to patient.
Yes.
You have a waiting for husband came back to your home and eating dinner, have dinner with you.
Sorry.
Have you ever had to waiting for a long time for your husband came back to your home and have dinner together?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now I just eat. Because if I will just wait maybe and then I still have a class, but before, yes. But I can wait. I'm a little bit impatient actually. Maybe I can wait maybe 30 minutes.
And if it's more, you
I will get angry. So it become moody. So I'm a kind of person who also moody, impatient and moody.
Yeah.
I think most women are like that. Also men, I think.
Do you think patience we can learn from the past, or we can try improve over time? For example,
maybe we can.
Yeah, for example, the first time just waiting for 5 minutes, and the second maybe 7 or 8 minutes. Maybe they can do again and again. And so one day you have to waiting for 30 minutes.
So I think it's intentionally.
Yeah.
But I can wait if it is really necessary.
That's right.
So I think it also depends on our mindset. Right? Because if we are willing to wait, I think you can. But if you're already like mad or angry, I think you will full of like maybe really furious.
That's right.
So how about you? How long that you can wait?
Maybe 30 or 10, 45.
Why not 1 hour?
When I was a student, when I was a pupil, right? Pupil at a secondary school. My school is so far from my house. I had to wait. I had to wait the bus.
Oh,
And sometimes I
school
miss
bus?
school bus. Sometimes I miss the first school bus, so I have to wait for the next bus. It take me maybe most of 1 hour.
Ah. So from that,
I
you
can train my patient. I can train my patient and improve my patient skill.
Yes. Okay. So in that case, you are a patient person.
Yeah.
That is the next question. That would you say that you are a patient person? So I think you are.
Mhm.
So the next question. Have you ever lost your patience?
Lost?
Yes.
I can't remember, but I can remember I had lost patient, but maybe in the future, if I had a lot of pressure from my work or my study, maybe I can fall in mad or angry, and I can very easy to get angry or get. I cannot control. I believe that I cannot tame myself, but I hope I can try to do that.
So it's very difficult, I think, if you lost patience. It's very difficult to handle.
Yeah.
The last, what do you become impatient about?
Can you repeat the question?
So what do you become impatient about?
What? I can't understand this question.
So the question is like, do you, for example, in what situation that you will be impatient?
Situation, right? Okay. Impatient. Maybe if I have to waiting someone for over hour, maybe when I do something right, but my boss or my colleague they cannot accept that, and they give some bad work with me. Maybe I can patient to care myself, and maybe I can quit. I remember last night I already told you about the decision when I give my idea and someone they reject that, so I can patient to do it again.
So in that case, you don't want to share it again if you already ignore someone.
That's right. That's a bad emotion.
It depends. But I think it's also become a negative behavior. But because you don't want to try. If you already make it and then you just try the second time, you don't want to. Because you already ignored someone or you ignored it, right? Someone refused or declined.
If one time you don't like something and you just follow them, and you combat to get the win from get the win, right? Maybe is to make the.
So you don't like that kind of situation?
I don't want to do that. I just want to keep silent and ignore that. It's better, I think so.
So it seems like, for example, this kind of situation, like you quit this company, you quit your job, and then after 2 months or 3 months, you come back.
Yeah.
So you don't like that kind of.
No.
So you don't like that kind of situation.
Yeah, most of case, I just maybe stop, get a 1 day off, and go back. It's okay.
But quitting and then you come back,
maybe
you don't like that kind of situation.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yes, me too. I also don't like it. If I quit and then I just come back, maybe it's not healthy anymore.
That's right.
Okay.
But if you want to protect your idea, how do you do? How we can?
What do you mean?
If you give the idea, right, and you already want to protect your ideas, and you want to, it can be done.
In what way to protect?
The idea when you work at your company, and